Welcome to IST's video help file on MEETWARE 3 Tips and Tricks. This video is designed to show you some of the neat features and shortcuts in the program that will allow you to use it more efficiently and help you with record keeping for your team. We assume that you are familiar with the basic functions of MEETWARE 3 already. If you are not, please view the basic MEETWARE 3 videos on your MEETWARE 3 install CD or on our website, www.istime.com. On the main screen is the IST logo, but the main screen can be customized with your own logo and colors if you want to. To edit the logo, right-click on the IST logo. Click on the Browse button to select any picture that you want to use. You can use any size picture, but the larger the better. MEETWARE 3 will size the picture to fit the screen, and it looks better if it is made smaller rather than stretched to fit. You can also select the background color of the main screen by clicking Select next to the background color. Now you can choose your color or create a custom color. If you want to return to the original IST logo, right-click and click Restore to Default. Let's take a look at some of the tricks in seeding. On the Seed Preferences screen, you will see a checkbox marked Use NFHS Entry Rule. If this box is checked, MEETWARE 3 will check your entries as you put them in. As you enter your athletes, you will be warned if your swimmer is in too many events. Also, on the seed entry screen, you can narrow down the list of athletes in your roster by clicking on the Show Eligible Athletes button here. This will limit the roster list to only athletes that are eligible for the event that you have selected. It will limit them by gender, age, and level, like JV or varsity, based on how the event was set up. If you only want to see the entries of the team that you are working on, click Selected Team here, and you will only see the entries of the team that is selected on the team list. If you have a team that won't give you the names of their swimmers ahead of time, you can still seed the meet. Enter your athletes as usual and then select their team. And click on the No Name button. You will then get a message asking if you want to enter all of the entries as blank. If you say no, only one blank entry will be generated. If you answer yes, the event will be filled with blank entries for that team. However many are listed in the seed preferences as being the maximum number allowed. You can do the same thing for relays. Select the relay event, add a relay, and click the No Name button. If you answer no, only one name will be generated. If you click yes, it will fill the relay with blanks, including the alternates. Accept the relay, and you can add the next one or go back to the seeding screen. Once you have the entries in, you can go ahead and seed the meet normally, and the teams will be assigned to the correct lanes. You can then enter the swimmers in timing or offline as their names come in. If you need to move the positions of kids because they are no longer sequential, you can click the Fix Positions button, and it will number them sequentially. Just a warning, this is not intended to read your mind and order the swimmers the way you want them. It numbers them based on the order they are currently in and just makes their numbers sequential. For relays, if you want to know who is swimming in the relay, you can just right-click on the relay, and the names will be listed here in the blue box. To get rid of this list, click anywhere in the blue box. This is true for any place where relays are listed, including offline scoring and timing. It works the same way. The Seed by Name screen is new in MEETWARE, and you get to it by clicking on the Enter Edit by Name button here. This allows you to add events to the athletes rather than adding athletes to the events. You can filter the events in the event list by clicking on the round that you want to filter for, by selecting Eligible Events, which will list only the events that the selected swimmer is eligible for, or by clicking the Show Individual Events checkbox so that you don't see the relay events in the event list. When you are adding events to a swimmer, you must put in either a position or a time, as it will not fill those in for you. In Seed by Name, if you select a relay event to put a swimmer into, it will take you to the relay screen that you normally see in Seed by Event, and you must enter the entire relay here. Once you have all your entries entered, whether it's by event or by name, you can go ahead and seed the meet. When you are seeding the meet, if you want to fill exhibition swimmers into empty lanes, uncheck the Put Exhibitions in a Separate Heat box here. When you seed the event, you will see this message. Click Yes to keep the swimmers in their assigned lanes, or click No to fill the swimmers into the empty lanes that belong to the other teams. If you do have an event that has empty lanes or you do not like where your swimmers are seated, you can drag and drop them into the lane that you want them in. Just click on the swimmer's name and drop it into the lane. This will swap that swimmer with the one who was previously in the lane. You can also change the status of a swimmer here. If you don't like where your swimmers are seated, you can move them simply by dragging and dropping, as we did before. If you end up with an empty heat once you've done this, you can click the Delete Empty Heats button to delete that heat and make it a single heat. Once you have manually seeded an event, whether it's deleting empty heats or moving people around or changing statuses, you should not reseed it. If you do, all of your manual changes will be erased and you'll have to do it again. You can also combine events by selecting the event that you want to combine and clicking the Combine Events button. This will take you to the following screen, which allows you to select the events that you want to combine with your selected event. Pay close attention to the events that you select, as it will allow you to combine two events of the same distance but different strokes if that's what you want to do. Select the available event from the left-hand list by double-clicking on it. Once you have the event selected that you want to combine, in this case the girls' 100 breaststroke with the girls' 100 backstroke, click Accept. You'll need to reseed the event for the changes to take place. You can now see here that this is the root event and it has been combined with the other event. Combined events will run as a single event but will score as separate events. If you need to make changes to a combined event, like scratching swimmers, you should uncombine them first by selecting the event and clicking on Combine Events again. You can then deselect the events, accept, make your changes, and then recombine the events. After you have your seeding complete, you can click on the Print Seed Info button to print the seed reports for each team. There are several options for reports, including a new matrix report. The matrix report shows the swimmers and their events in a grid format. That looks like this. In this case, because we were using position, it marks the position of the swimmers entered in each event. If we were using times, the times would show up here instead. You can also print blank split sheets from here. Which creates a report for each team with the event, the swimmers, and the places for their splits and finish times to be recorded. This is a handy report for your team manager to record splits on. In meets that are seeded by time, there are two other useful reports here. The Print Numbers of Entries per Swimmer will print a list of all the swimmers for each team and how many individual and relay events they've been entered in, as well as the total number of entries. Each team prints on a separate page of the report, so you can click the Page button to see the next team. The other report that you can use if your meet is seeded by time is the Calculate Length of Meet report. Before you select this report, you do need to select the specific round that you want to calculate for. Even if it's a finals-only meet, if you select all, it will give you an error message. Enter the start time for the meet, which events that you want to look at, the time between heats, and the time between events. These are listed in seconds, so make sure you take that into account. If you are going to take a break, click on Setup Breaks. Select the event that you will take the break after, put in the time for the break, and click OK to add the break to the list. You can add a second break if you want to, or if you're finished, click Done. Once you are done, it will print the report, which will look like this. It shows you the approximate start time, end time, and length of each event that has entries. At the end of the report is the meet start time, projected end time, and total meet length. The times are based on the slowest swimmer in each heat, the time between heats and events, and the scheduled breaks.